Alex is collecting all the banner patterns in the game. He's back in an ancient city because he needs an enchanted golden apple. While he's here, Alex is also going to build a machine to permanently remove Wardens from the game. This way, he can visit any ancient city, any deep dark, without fear of spawning a Warden. As long as the machine is operating, and as long as the chunk where the machine operates is always loaded, no Wardens will spawn for Alex. Please note that this machine will only work for Alex. Other players will still be able to trigger the Warden. Every player who doesn't want to spawn Wardens will need to make their own. Alex begins by covering a shrieker in wool so he doesn't trigger it while building the machine. He then counts out 8 blocks in every direction and begins removing anything above the surface of the shrieker, so the only place the Warden can spawn is on the ground around the shrieker. Once Alex has cleared the space, he then digs down 2 blocks in front of one of the wool surrounding the shrieker and extends 3 blocks. He breaks the solid block below that wool and replaces it with more wool, so he doesn't trigger the shrieker while building the rest of the machine. There, he places an upward-facing piston, a repeater set to 4 ticks, and a skulk sensor, as presented here. He covers the skulk sensor and the repeater with solid blocks. He also adds a single chain above the piston, which will be pushed above the surface. He breaks the wool blocks with the exception of the ones surrounding the shrieker. He places water, first on the chain, and 3 more 3 diagonal blocks away from the Shrieker. This ensures that all of the blocks in an 11 by 11 space around the Shrieker are covered in water, and therefore leaves no surface for the Warden to spawn on. Note that the water hasn't covered the 2 blocks where the skulk has spread. This must be removed to ensure that water covers the entire area. Otherwise, the Warden will spawn on these blocks. The machine is built. Next, Alex needs to build a chunk loader to keep the machine always loaded in the game and always operating. He builds a nether portal. He adds 2 netherrack on both sides of the portal as presented and lights them with a flint and steel. He covers the flaming netherrack with a glass block to aid Alex in not getting injured from the fire. Alex notes the coordinates and the orientation of the portal using F3 before walking through to the nether. He takes the X and Z coordinates, divides by 8, and looks for the same coordinates in the nether when walking through. It may be that this is already the location of the nether portal that he stepped out of, but in Alex's case, his netherside portal was very far from the coordinates he calculated. He therefore breaks the netherside portal, proceeds to the correct coordinates, and rebuilds the nether portal, ensuring the orientation is identical to the one in the overworld. He then digs down 2 blocks and extends 3 blocks on both sides of the nether portal. He adds an upward-facing dispenser on the same side of the portal as the netherrack in the overworld, places a hopper under the portal facing into the dispenser, adds a redstone torch and a solid block above the torch. He adds a detector rail on the dispenser and a regular rail on the solid block. He places a single hopper minecart on the regular rail and pushes it down the rail so it ends up inside the portal frame. He breaks the regular rail and adds a glass block over the now diagonal detector rail. After placing 3 minecarts in the dispenser, Alex adds a lever. He lights up the portal with a flint and steel, before then turning the lever on and then off, which will permanently trigger the minecarts to be placed onto the rail and pushed through the nether portal. The nether side of the portal is complete, so Alex heads back to the overworld. Alex can see the minecart briefly appearing in the overworld before being sent back to the nether to be collected by the hopper minecart and then deposited back into the dispenser. This mechanism ensures that the overworld chunk and the immediate chunks around it remain permanently loaded. It's now time for Alex to activate the machine. He aims his bow at the piston and shoots it until he finally gets at least 1 arrow to fall and rise with the piston activated by the noise of the arrow falling. As the arrow was shot by Alex, this noisemaker will constantly trigger the shrieker as a warning registered to him. He breaks the wool around the shrieker and replaces the one wool block next to the skulk sensor with a solid block. At this point, the shrieker will warn Alex 3 times before attempting to spawn a Warden into the game. As there is no spawnable space for the Warden to spawn on, it will fail. The noisemaker with Alex's arrow will trigger the shrieker over and over, not allowing it to cool down. The result, while noisy, ensures that Alex will never encounter a Warden again. At this point, Alex can now freely explore the ancient city, looking for an enchanted golden apple. Eventually, Alex finds an apple and heads home. He can always return to this or any other ancient city to collect the loot later. Alex crafts a compass. He needs this and some emeralds to trade with a cartographer villager to obtain a map. In this case, Alex is purchasing a map to a trial chamber, where he will obtain the next item he needs. In this case, a trial chamber is located northwest of Alex's base. First, Alex obtains regular vault keys and ominous vault keys from a key farm, which he made previously. The link to the tutorial to make your own key farm is included in the description to this video. He uses an ominous key to obtain the flow banner pattern. He uses a regular vault key to obtain the Guster banner pattern. Next, Alex heads to the Nether to a bastion remnant. It is only here that one can find the snout banner pattern, which can be potentially in any chest throughout the remnant. Finally, Alex heads back to his base and makes another trade with the cartographer. In this case, Alex purchases the globe banner pattern from the villager. Having obtained the 4 patterns, which cannot be crafted, Alex crafts the remaining patterns. Using the enchanted golden apple, Alex crafts the thing pattern. Using the creeper head, which he collected in a previous episode, Alex crafts the creeper banner pattern. With the wither skeleton's skull, which he collected from the farm he built in a previous episode, Alex crafts the skull banner pattern. Next, the vine yields a Borgia indented pattern, the brick block, the masoned pattern, and the daisy, the flower pattern. This brings the total number of banner patterns to 10, and Alex now has them all. With the loom, wool, dye, and the banner patterns, Alex can make all kinds of banners. He begins with his personal flag. Using a red banner, white dye, and flower banner pattern. One doesn't have to use banner patterns to add designs to the banner. The loom already comes with a number of patterns in it, which can be applied with dye onto the banner. In this case, Alex adds white stripes to the banner and fades back to red at the top and bottom. A faded striped pattern, such as this, can be used on the back of a chair to simulate a red cushion on the chair. Once a banner is made, Alex can copy the finished banner as many times as he wants by placing the finished banner and a blank banner in the crafting table. In this case, Alex makes copies of the striped banner design to use as curtains for his window. There are many sources for banner ideas on the internet. Websites like Planet Minecraft and YouTube will be full of banner ideas for you to try and to share. A link to the banner website has been included in the description to this video. There is a limit to how many patterns one can place on the same banner, and the website will tell you if the banner can be built in a survival world, or if they can only be made with a command. Alex makes a pirate flag using the skull with white dye on a black banner. The banner design, once made, can even be placed onto a shield using the crafting table. design possibilities are endless. Alex can make spooky banners, animals, mobs, the alphabet flags, and more. Join Alex and collect all the banner patterns in the game to make all kinds of creative banners. Make a custom banner for your empire today. See you soon.